It is episode 3 of the TheDeepHalf podcast. First and foremost, I got something I want to tell the future audience. Hey, man. Last week don't count, bro.
Not.
Last week's pod does not count in my books. I heard the podcast and it was trash as far as trash as far as me speaking, me talking. I said like more than any. Probably I've said like more in that podcast than I've said this entire year. I don't know what was up with me. I don't know what I was going through. But hey, man, that will never happen again, dog. That was just difficult to watch. I couldn't wait to get back on this mud the next week, bro, to redeem myself. So I just wanted to go ahead and put that out there first and foremost. In other news, what's been up with you, bro?
Nothing much. Trying to survive, bro. You know how it go.
I don't know how it go. People always say you know how it go, but I don't.
You know what trying to survive is?
Nah.
Living a life. Experience the same. Are you vulnerable? Are you somehow superhuman?
I won't say superhuman. Just out here chilling, man.
What you been up to?
Well, let's just start with what's most current. We late. Well, I'm late. I'm late this time. I'll take responsibility. We late recording this mud, but it's all good. We're gonna make something happen. Besides that, I just got back from the gym. I actually coached the entire class today, so that was very new and interesting for me. New experience. I never ran.
Yes! Whoa! Let's go! Let's go! Whoa!
It was a little bit too loud.
Yeah.
But all right. Why do you coach the entire class? What happened?
Because usually Wednesdays are a lot less people that show up as far as the teens and whatnot. So when I first arrived, or when I first pulled up, or when I walked in the gym, there was only 2 people on the mat. So coach was looking around. He was like, "You got this one." So then, as time progressed, like more and more kids came to class. It was about, I'll say 10. About 10 people end up showing up. But still, coach said, "Just go ahead and run it." I guess he was just trying to see how well I would do. But it went decently well. Of course, there's things that I would like to do better. But for a first time, I'll take it. It could have been worse. But I'm just determined. I'm determined, bro, to actually get to a good point of being an instructor. Then after that, I want to be phenomenal. Be a phenomenal instructor. Like I have to do it, bro. I have to.
Why?
Because I will feel like a fake. I don't like being inadequate in things that I find passionate. Like here goes one. Like I'm gonna give a few of them, but not like last week. Anyway, I hate the feeling of being inadequate. Period, bro. So I'm doing everything possible to never feel that feeling again, even though in another avenue of life, I may feel it, but not in this avenue. I don't want to feel it in this avenue. I'm okay with not knowing how to change transmission fluid. I'm okay with that. But when it comes to MMA, jiu-jitsu, no. I can't let that. I can't let that rock out.
Good at doing it doesn't mean you have to be good at teaching it.
I feel like you have to be good at both, bro. Like you just have to. Because if you can't explain that, how well I know I can do the moves, But how well do I really know the moves if I can't explain what I'm doing? I just do this and then I do that. So you really don't know what you're doing. That's what it sounds like. But if you can articulate exactly why and when you do certain things, that shows your knowledge of what you're doing. If a mechanic tells me you just put it in here because you just put it in there, that's not teaching me nothing. I'm not learning nothing.
Yeah, I can understand that. But how did it go? Like, as far as, did you feel like you improved teaching wise versus the last time you taught? You say you were kind of sounding like you were unsure of what to do or what to say.
For sure, definitely wasn't timid. Like I ran the class, and they enjoyed it. But when doing the technique, I felt like I could have explained things better. I started off good, and then because it wasn't a technique that I'm that familiar with or a technique that I do, so maybe that could be my excuse. But still, I'm teaching a kids class. I still should be able to articulate what I'm doing precisely. But like I said, it started off good, and then it kind of tapered off. So I just want to have the whole thing be as good as the start.
I mean, you're teaching children, so it might be a little bit more difficult than being able to teach adults. I don't think you should beat yourself up too much about it.
Got to, if you want to actually be good at it. Can't just be like, oh, it's okay. Nah, it's not, bro.
Was it gi day?
Yep, it was trash gi.
Right, gi used to be your thing for a minute, bro. What happened?
Gi ain't never been my thing. How dare you make that up?
I thought you liked it, bro.
Heck no. I did it because I had to.
I thought you liked the cotton pajamas.
You thought what?
I thought you liked the cotton pajamas.
Like, if somebody pull up and they be like, oh, we doing gi and I got a gi, then I'll do it. But if they tell me in advance we rolling in this gi, oh, I'm not coming.
Oh man. I didn't do anything too crazy this week. I went to still not nearly enough classes. I went to 2 classes so far. Yeah, 2 classes so far. It's not. I don't know how people do it. I haven't even actually sparred or got any real striking as far as rolling or striking. Like, it's difficult right now. It's a pain.
What y'all been doing?
Mostly drilling, mostly, just going over combinations stand-up wise, or going over like kind of positional things on the ground. Like, and there's only one partner. It's like, I'm not trying to dog in my partners, my training partners, but I have a lower amount of skilled training partners.
Cut your mic up a little bit more, man.
Come on, mic up.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Can you hear me? Yo.
All right, that's good.
Yo. All right. Yeah, I have a little bit lower amount of skilled training partners now than I did before COVID. Not that they aren't around, they're just not in the same classes that I'm able to make right now. And we still don't have our full schedule. So I'm not able to get the level of quality roles and sparring that I need or I want to have.
So y'all actually going by the rules, it sounds.
Exactly. I don't like it. Why are we following the rules?
Y'all actually following the right protocols.
I'm having the same partner that whoever I'm drilling with, and we don't even go into full actual roles. We're only doing like positional things. It's like I have to hope that I can get someone that's better than me.
But even then, y'all not rolling though, right?
Yeah, we're still not rolling, but you're starting in this position and you're going pretty hard from whatever position. Let's say it's side control.
Oh, I see what you mean. Y'all doing positional drills
from that position for like 15 seconds, not even like an entire, round or anything. I don't know what that's about.
If y'all doing that, why don't y'all just roll?
Exactly. It's not like it's not the virus has a timer. Oh no, this mug only went 9 seconds. Hey, he stopped up to 9 seconds. Can't infect him. No, it's kind of frustrating. Yeah, there is MMA class happening, like where they're actually going pretty according to plan, pretty usual. But it's invite only for people that have fights coming up. It's not even for like all the pros or all the amateurs or anything. It just, if you have a fight coming up, then bam. But if not, you're just out of luck. You have to go to regular class. It's like, oh my God. Yep. So that's where I'm at with it.
Did Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, has he, your coach that is, gave y'all an update on what the schedule is for upcoming? Like at what point will y'all be doing things in a more normal basis?
I was hoping it was going to be this next week, not this week. We are currently the next week. But with the numbers that are coming back, he's probably not gonna like that. Dallas, I think, had one of the highest new cases in one day. I think yesterday, Tuesday or Wednesday, I think it was Tuesday. We had one of the highest days for new cases of COVID. So I don't think we're as close to opening up fully as I originally thought.
That's interesting because
y'all are going no holds bars, and just killing the game.
For sure, but not even that. It's just it's going to continue. It's going to continue to do that. Is the record. The new record number has been changed on a daily basis in Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really like, what are you to do? But then again, it is a gym, and there's guys coming all across from Dallas. It's just like it's really a lose-lose situation. Yeah. You lose if you bring everybody back and then someone contracts it, and you lose if you try to play it safe and now no one can actually train the way they would like to.
Yeah, and that's when we actually lose.
Yeah.
It's
would you Faraz before was saying how this was like early on in the quarantine. He was saying how he just wanted to train. He didn't care about how infectious the virus was and whatnot. He was saying that he would willingly train knowing that there's a threat just because he knows that that's what he wants to do. Is that the same case for you? Like, would you rather it be normal, even though the possibility is higher that you contract it?
No, I wouldn't. I don't think it should be normal. I think there should still be certain precautions taking place. If I was my coach, who is the owner of the gym, if I was him, I would. I think he's playing it pretty well. I think I would probably have just a certain section of the match that only the MMA pros and guys that have really big fights coming up can use. But I would bring all of the training partners to their place. So all of the guys that are training MMA, they're secluded in this one particular area away from the amateurs and people who have more day-to-day lives and more risky chance of contracting the virus versus just the MMA guys who work. I mean, they don't work. They just work out and then train and go to sleep. Like I'm less less worried about them bringing the virus in than I am regular people.
I'm not. I don't have a solution, a better solution to it. I wonder how many gyms are going back to normal. It can't just be our gym.
Oh man, it's a couple. It's even some that are in Dallas are like that. I mean, you're not too far away. You're down the street, so it's a couple that I've heard. They're saying, oh, such and such is doing this, such and such is all the way open. It's like nothing wrong with them over there.
Yep.
But with us, it's still a little bit more cautious, more hesitancy on our side. Are you going to the gym any other time this week?
Yeah, I go every day besides Friday.
Oh my God, I'm so jealous, dog.
You said you wouldn't. You said you wouldn't do that.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, you said you wouldn't. You said you wouldn't still train, knowing that it's a possibility that you contract it. I thought that's what you said.
Me? No, me as the individual. I don't give a freak if I die. Oh well. At least I was training. I don't care. I don't care. I think I paid my dues to the quarantine. I'm not saying that I couldn't do it or I'm like, oh, so I'm going crazy or anything. It's just I don't feel like the punishment is warranted. I think I would be able to fully train and come out fine. And if not, it's a gamble I'm willing to take.
That's what Faraz was saying. So yeah, I agree. See what's the alternative, bro? Like Fauci,
not train.
It's freak, but you
regular life, man.
You can go anywhere and contract it though. It's not like it's just
don't go anywhere.
That's trash, bro.
Don't go anywhere.
Like all these quote unquote professionals, they lying to us, bro. Like who is there to believe?
I don't think they're lying to us. Like I've been saying a couple of times, I think it started out very scary. There weren't a lot of concrete facts. We were getting information from all over the place that was contradictory to each other. I think now we know it's a lot less serious than what we originally thought. But it's hard for people to go back and say, "Oh no, don't worry about it," because it still exists. But if you say that, it makes people trust in you and our health professionals and our scientists less if they go back and say, "Oh no, we were actually wrong about this." It just makes them look bad. So I'm empathetic to that, but I don't believe that it's as serious as what we once thought.
It can't be as bad as Fauci. I don't know if you heard about it, but I was watching Joe Rogan podcast. They was talking about how Fauci had said at first he didn't suggest the surgical mask because he knew there was in high demand even for doctors, or there was very limited supply even for doctors and health professionals. So that's why he said not to go and buy masks because of that reason, not due to the fact that it was needed or not needed. He did it. I'm saying he blatantly lied. That's what it sounds like. That can't be worse.
I think that's in hindsight. I think because the original figures were saying that that most of the masks weren't effective. And so I think that's a way to kind of cover it up or make him sound more intelligent in hindsight. Like in hindsight, they were like, "Oh no, really, I was just telling people don't buy it so the medical professionals can get it." I really honestly think at the time he was like, it doesn't really work. That's what I think he actually believed at the time.
But if it didn't really work, why would he want the health professionals wearing them and the doctors wearing them? The people that are actually treating COVID patients. That would make sense even then.
That's a good point. I think if it's not what is it, 1085 or 1095 mask, then that was the original thought, that if it's not that mask, that quality or standard of mask, then it is no point in having a mask. That's what I think they were trying to say originally.
Interesting.
But now they let people with freaking scarves and rolled up shirts. That's a good enough mask.
Yep.
Man, this is going to be a weird moment in history. Just this entire year, just weird. Trash
year, beyond trash year. But
one of my favorite podcasts is Worst Year Ever. They were I disagree with almost all of their political takes. They're a lot more left leaning than I am. But at the end of last year, they created this podcast because this year they thought it's going to be politically, bad. Because it's Trump versus whoever the Democrats put up or whatever third party candidates put up, come forward. Anyway, they named their podcast Worst Year Ever, and it's kind of like every week they're like, "Oh snap, we didn't expect it to be this bad." Oh no, it's even worse.
It's pretty bad, bro. And to think we still got 6 more months.
Yes,
kind of rough.
I think it's going to get better. It has to get better. Like,
shit,
it has to get better.
With the election coming too, all those shenanigans. Oh no,
I don't think it's going to be any shenanigans of it all. Whatever side loses, it's not going to be some kind of uproar or uprising because they lost. They're just going to lose, and it's going to be a regular thing, man.
I don't know, man. The media trying to push this racial divide and
oh man, that's what I want. That, man, I want all the divides. I want all the wars to happen simultaneously. The race war, the gender war, the class war, all of them happen at the same time.
The gender war then took a major backseat to the race war, bro. At first, it was the gender war that was pushing big time early this year. Big.
Backseat?
Took a backseat to the race war for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Heck yeah. But at the same time, speaking of, I don't know, I guess this just popped in my head. Speaking of that, my boy Chris D'Elia, man.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to see what your thoughts on that were.
Oh, you already had it pulled up?
Uh-huh.
I swear I didn't see that, bro. Yes, bro. My dude Chris D'Elia, man. Like, it happened to him too. Everybody is coming out the woodworks with some dirt on them. And I've been trying to tell y'all, even though I like Chris D'Elia, even though I like J.Cole, I'm trying to tell y'all, these celebrities y'all worship, stop. Stop worshiping them. Stop worshiping people you don't know.
What did you have? How did you feel about his remarks on it?
I haven't heard any remarks.
What about J.Cole? You mentioned J.Cole. What happened with J.Cole?
J.Cole new song, Snow on a Bluff, or some snowy bluffness. Some snowy. He was talking about how he's not a hero. He's not doing as much as people think he's doing. That's how I perceived it. I perceived it, or I interpreted it as, yeah, he may talk about black power and black this, but what is he really doing in the communities? What is he really doing? Who is he really someone the black community can stand behind in times of crisis? I don't think he thinks that he's that person.
Who is that person?
Who is that person? That's a great question. Phenomenal question. I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
But you just know it's not him.
He knows it's not him. I'm not saying that I know it. He knows it's not him. He said it.
That's not what I gathered. Anyway, here's Chris D'Elia's statement. If you want to read that, there you go. Go ahead.
All right. Chris D'Elia, he said, The TMZ. I know I've said and done things that might have offended people during my career. I have never knowingly pursued any underage women at any point. Chris goes on to say, all of my relationships have been both legal and consensual, and I have never met or exchanged any inappropriate photos with the people who have tweeted about me. He finishes by saying, that being said, I really am truly sorry. I was a dumb guy who absolutely let myself get caught up in my lifestyle. That's my fault. I own it. I've been reflecting on this for some time now, and I promise I will continue to do better. Interesting.
Thoughts?
So to me, it sounds like he just contradicted himself. Or am I tripping?
I can see that, but in what way are you saying that?
Well, in the first couple of sentences, he stated how he's never done anything to lead someone to believe that he's done what he's been accused. But then he later says, I was a dumb guy who absolutely let myself get caught up in my lifestyle. Well,
it doesn't mean you what you have been accused of. That just means you were caught up in your lifestyle. But you can be accused of one thing that you didn't do and still caught up in your lifestyle.
Well, why would you need to mention how you got caught up in your lifestyle if it doesn't pertain to what you're being accused of? Why would you need to mention that?
Because people like to say, you don't want to just outwardly say, nah, none of that shit is true. Fuck all that.
Why wouldn't you say that if it's not true?
If you do that, it doesn't come out as honest, or
bruh.
That's
the problem.
You have to show some form of humility. Golly, you have to show and present like you actually.
That's the problem.
I didn't do this thing that y'all are saying. I was a bad guy though. I wasn't always perfect, but what y'all talking about at this moment, no, I didn't do that.
Not rocking. That's the problem with people in the media right now. That's the problem. They think every time they say something that's like harsh, or they speak in their truth, they have to come back and then throw a pity party for themselves and talk about, oh, I'm not perfect. Oh, we all make mistakes. Oh, I didn't mean it. Like, own up to it. If you did it, you did it. If you didn't do it, be like, nah, I ain't do that. Period. I ain't finna talk about it. What was there to talk about? Y'all, I didn't do it. I'm not finna say, oh, I got caught up in my lifestyle.
I didn't do it. I ain't finna talk about it. That would not go over well.
It wouldn't go well with people who are fake. But people, like a normal human to human conversation, bro. That's what we need to get back to.
You read that, and that's what he said. How would you feel if you don't consider yourself fake, and you read he said, I didn't do it, I'm not talking about it. How would you feel?
It's hard. Well, it's different. That's why I would rather him say it on video. I'm assuming that he said this either by phone or in some kind of video format. I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody is recording me and they come up to me and put a microphone in my face and say, hey, did you do it? I'm like, no, I didn't do it. I'm like, well, do you have any other remarks? No, I didn't do it. And walk off. That will be my statement. I want to be like, well, I am sorry for all the things that I did in my past. And, I'm an honest human being. I'm not finna go through all of that, bro. That's fake. If I came up to you and said, hey, bro, did you steal those now and laters from the 7-Eleven? And you going to explain to me how all the things you've done in your past and how you go to work on time every day. And I don't care about that, bro. Just did you do it or didn't do it?
I would think sexual assault allegations and underage abuse and rape allegations are a little bit more serious than did you steal the now laters, and probably require a little bit more of an explanation.
So a blatant no with firm with firm and its absoluteness is not better than explaining all of this?
I mean, it's like 4 sentences, man.
Bruh, this dude apologized 6 times. What are you talking about?
What?
This dude just apologized 6 times in this short statement that I'm reading. I know that I might offended people during my career, but I have never knowingly pursued any underage woman at any time. I'm really truly sorry.
What you're saying?
I'm really truly sorry. I'm a dumb guy who absolutely let myself. That's my fault. I've been reflecting on this for some time, and I'll continue. That's not even like really him, bro. That's not. What the heck?
Oh man!
I don't know why you playing devil's advocate, bro. That's not him. Huh?
I said I knew that was your boy. I wanted to see how you gonna feel about it.
That is my guy, but I gotta be honest. I wouldn't go about it like this. This is just a PR move, and I hate PR-ness. I wish we can get rid of that. Let's get to the authentic basis of people, bro.
I don't know where I stand on it. The evidence that I've seen against him is up in the air. There are some screenshots and things that ain't here, but those can be doctored. Mm-hmm. It's weird behavior. Like some of the things he's saying is in those screenshots is weird. I have to see how it plays out. I'm not passing judgment either way. I'm not saying, oh, she's trying to just do this to get attention. I don't think that's the case at all. I think it's just a weird situation. I have to see how it plays out. But that's all I got on that. Anything else you want to talk about it?
How does he come back from that? Can he ever go back to him podcasting and all of that? Can he ever go back to any of that? How can he ever get back to being a raw comedian?
The same way Louis C.K. did. Like a lot of comedy fans don't care about their actual lives. They just want to hear jokes. So, and allegations, I don't think are strong enough. I don't think just the allegations themselves are strong enough to counsel his career or anything like that. But it will have to be addressed, and we do have to see how it plays out. But if it doesn't get more concrete or more set in stone that he actually did these things, I think he can definitely continue to podcast and tour and whatever else.
I wouldn't say more so getting canceled. I would say more so as an artistic way, on the artistic side. Do you think he'll kind of teeter around certain things now because he's seen the danger or how swiftly his career can go by saying the wrong thing? He does avoid certain topics. He definitely does that. I don't think this will be any different. I think he probably would actually address this, but yeah, I don't think it's unfamiliar to him to avoid talking about some certain things. Like Chris D'Elia doesn't talk about politics or anything like that. He talks about, I don't know, things he sees at Starbucks. He talks about politics. He doesn't say which. He's not like favoring one side or the other, but he'll talk about Trump. He'll talk about Biden.
Yeah, I'm saying it's different. I think that's what I'm saying.
You had something to say about J.Cole or something?
Yeah, not anything real. I'm not a big J.Cole fan. I haven't really been a J.Cole fan in 10 years. So, what?
I haven't been a fan of J.Cole in 10 years. This sounds wild.
I just haven't. So I don't really either way. But I don't think he should be canceled for this benign song about No Name Gypsy.
I I don't think he should be canceled. I don't care. It's just everybody exposing themselves right now, bro. And he pretty much was just saying, I'm really not all what y'all make me out to be. I'm just a regular dude that happens to rap well. And I've been telling people this from the get-go. It's like, bro, there's just people that do one or a few things exceptionally well. They still human just like you and I.
Yeah. Has anybody debated you on that? Say, no.
No, people look at certain celebrities like they're Lord and Saviors. Like certain people look at they worship celebrities. They some tattoo them, some cry when they see them. Like just think of some stalk them, some try to come onto their property uninvited. There's plenty of crazy fanatics out there. And why are they crazy and fanatic? I don't know.
I don't think that means that they don't see them as human. I mean, for sure, some people are truly fanatics and obsessed with people, and at that point they become, just obsessed and become like gods to them. But I think the vast majority of people can be a fan of someone and not be obsessed with them, and to see them as a regular person that does X, Y, and Z good, and that's what they like about them.
You can, but at the same time you can't, because if it wasn't, this wouldn't be a topic. This wouldn't be a topic if that many people didn't worship J.Cole.
It's not about worshiping J.Cole. It's because they see him as going after a black woman or addressing a black woman.
He didn't say anything bad about her.
I know, but that's what he's being canceled and criticized for quote unquote policing her tone.
I didn't receive that way. Pretty much what I thought he was saying was, hey, instead of knocking the people that don't know, how about you help them, educate them, etc. I don't see that as a bad thing to her.
People saying it's not black women's job to educate you.
Whose job is it to educate?
It's your own job.
Oh, thanks for that. Thanks for that.
The information is available to everyone. So
what is this? It might get a little controversial, but what is women's job, bro? Like every time we try to, I don't know if the proper word is anoint them something, they reject it. But what is it do they want their jobs to be?
Nothing. Nobody wants to have a job.
No one wants to have a job?
Yeah, no one wants to have a job. No one wants to be responsible for X, Y, and Z thing. If they want to do something, they'll do it. If they don't want to do something, they don't want to have to do it. It's anybody. Man, woman, child, anyone.
Nah, bro. It's genetically, it's a man's job to protect either people.
I don't believe in that garbage.
You don't have to believe it. It's fact. You don't have to believe it. Huh?
How is it fact? In what way is it fact?
In almost every species, it relates the same.
No, that's not true.
Okay, name a few that's not the case.
Praying mantis.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Black widows.
Oh, the two that I knew you was gonna say. Let's keep on naming them. I bet you can name more that is the case for than you can name that's not. How about that? Thank you.
You can name more that is the case.
You can name more that is the case rather than the opposite.
Turtles.
Keep on.
Bruh, there's tons of species where the dudes procreate and then they dip, they leave. They don't stay around to protect their family. That's in far more cases in far more species that isn't the case. But even if we're humans, we can do whatever we want. We're not chained to our biological nature. We can choose to do different things outside of what we're biologically supposed to do.
We could, but we tend not to. Therefore, that's why it's our biological code. It's our genetic code because we tend to do that more often than not.
Yeah. So
we tend to protect the woman or the people, the children, or the elderly, that's what men tend to do.
Yeah. What they tend to do isn't their job. That's just what they tend to do. It's not their only responsibility. It's not like if they don't do this, then they somehow feel like a human person.
Well, in some cases they do. How many women can you name that will want to date a man that doesn't do those things? Or he doesn't say that he won't do it, but when she finds out he doesn't do it, she leaves him.
Doesn't do what?
Protect her or the kids.
How many people do I know that wouldn't date a dude who won't protect her or the kids?
Correct.
Not many. I don't think any of them would.
That's my point.
But I don't think that should be the gospel. I don't know many. I don't know a lot of any people, male or female.
But you understand my point. I don't even get where this is going, though. Let's, if we're gonna talk about this, what is the direction you going in?
Direction I'm going. You brought it up. You said, "What is women's job?" I said, "Women don't have a job because nobody has a job. Nobody wants to have to do anything, and no one wants to have to do anything based on how they were born, especially."
No one wants to have to do things based on how they were born. I mean, I can disagree, but I don't get. There's no significance to this debate, so it's no point. But what I do want to ask you, how do you feel about meeting the parents, bruh?
Oh, I hate it. I can tell you that all real. That's a fact. I hate it so much. I've had a number of relationships, and I can think of two that I've met, two of girlfriends' parents that I've met, and each was only one time. So I've had multiple relationships that were, I don't know, 3 years, 2.5 years, almost 4 years, multiple relationships of that length. And I've met the parents in two of those relationships one time each. So that should I think that should inform you of how I am around the parents.
What is it you don't like?
What is it that I don't like?
Mm-hmm.
I think because I'm not detached from my parents, but I don't care about their opinions in the same way as majority of, I guess, other people do. Like I don't hate my parents, or I'm like, oh, my parents. I don't feel that way, but I just don't consider their opinions on anything. It's like, oh, their opinions on anything just doesn't hold any weight. And so I think I'm kind of put off because other people aren't that same way. And it tends to matter to them more. And it kind of, I guess it doesn't gel with me that well.
Wow. I think we share that quality.
Mm-hmm.
It really bothers me when people, I guess it shouldn't be that big of a deal, but it bothers me for sure when people hold their parents' opinion to a high regard. Like they dictate their whole livelihoods based on what their parents want them to do. Because I never grew up like that. Of course, your parents or my parents would give input on certain things that I would do, but it was never the deciding factor if I was going to do something. What I was going to do was what I wanted to do. And I've always prided myself on, hey, I'm doing what I want to do because ultimately, what can you do about it?
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't even think mine was like that rebellious or like, oh, I'm gonna do what I want to do, and it was just, I genuinely don't care. It's not like, oh, Sam, they say go left, I'm gonna go right. No, it was just like, I don't care. Whatever you said is just from a distance. It's from too far away to impact or to matter.
I bring that topic because last Friday, that's what I experienced. I
Was that the first time?
First time I met her parents for the first time, man.
Wow.
You know, she was really nervous about it. She's been trying to get me to do it for over 2 weeks now. Because for the longest,
How long have y'all been together?
I've been dating.
How long have y'all been together?
I've been dating 3 years.
Yeah.
So I've been dating 3 years, and like for the first 3 years, she didn't want to tell her parents. For whatever reason, she said in the past they didn't react well to her boyfriend at the time, so she didn't want to go through that again.
You believe that? You believe that?
I believe that because that's what she's told me. I don't know why. I believe that because she told me
that work with that there.
Could be, but I think even her dad said that. Even her dad mentioned to me how terribly he reacted last time that she mentioned a boy to him. You gotta realize it's a different culture.
Yeah, I think that's most of the problem. Different
culture. So yeah, it's a lot of obstacles, you can call it. And so yeah, she just came up, she just had an epiphany one day, and she was like, I want to tell my parents. And her mom already knew, but she was just keeping it from her dad. So she told him, and he was like, give me a week to process it. The next week, they invited me over, and then that was Friday. Friday, she was all nervous. She was like, oh, they may give you a hard time, blah, blah, blah. I get there, I show up Friday. It's a little awkward at first, and they're trying to get a feel for me, but as time progressed, it wasn't that bad. The only thing that kind of like is weird about meeting meeting the dad. That's what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
It's how can I say this in a nice way? What can the dad really do?
I mean, that goes for anybody. Really, what can anybody really do? But like, yeah, but why do you say that?
I'm talking about like on a physical standpoint, like physically, like what can he like? At first, he was, they try to. It's ego. It's all ego. He was like, I wouldn't go to jail for many reasons, but I would go to jail for my daughter. And it's like, bruh, why would you even put that out there? I get it.
Bro.
I get it. You're protective. And I told him that. I was like, I understand you're protective, because if I had a daughter and she's of age and you know what she's doing, and then you see the dude that she's doing it with, it kind of rubs you.
Of age, y'all are a little bit older than just of age. Y'all are adults.
I'm saying him. I'm saying if I'm coming from the father's frame, and I'm saying my daughter is now of age, like she's now past that me seeing her as a little girl. Talking about that part.
Past. Yeah.
Well, she's not well past. I'm 4 years older than her. Just for the audience, let's just get some numbers. 26, 22. But I don't want nobody thinking no weird stuff.
You Crystal Leah, bro.
Right.
You a fan of? You a fan of? We see.
So yeah. So when they're finally of age and they're starting to do things, and you see the dude that they doing them with, you kind of stick your chest out a little bit. But I told him, it's like, bruh, when I was looking at him, like, you didn't have to say that. Kind of rubbed me the wrong way, to tell you the truth.
He just had to let it be known, bruh. I mean, maybe he's like, maybe he's used to being a more of a intimidating presence, or maybe in his younger days he was that way. He just had to let it be known. Come around this way, you will get clapped.
Right.
You didn't believe him, bruh?
Nah. He seems cool though. His family seem cool. They seem very accepting so far. I did say in my head, I was like, well, this is the turning point of the relationship. It can go two ways. It can go good or it can go bad. So I was pretty much just there for the experience.
So how did it end? What was how do you sound out? How do you get out of there?
Well, her dad, their family is talkative. I will say that. So her mom was looking to get to know more about me. However, her dad was like running the show pretty much. He was doing all the talking. He was talking about his experiences, how they had to come up, how they struggled, etc. And the mom was getting a little annoyed because she was trying to get a feel for me, but her husband was talking. So it pretty much ended with her mom looking very annoyed with her dad. And then that's how it departed in so many words. It was just like, well, we're going to go for a walk. She was just trying to like leave the situation because she was so annoyed with him.
The mom was trying to leave or your girl was trying to leave?
The mom.
Oh, okay. But you said the mom already knew about you.
She knew about me, but she never met me. She knew about me through her daughter.
Like, what was she trying to? What did you think that she was trying to learn about you?
Just anything, just to see if I was a good fit. See how well I would mesh.
I said, I think it's kind of too late for that.
What?
To see if you would be a good fit. I mean, after a number of years, it's kind of like,
nah. You underestimating the power of influence family can have over a relationship.
Oh no. Like I said, I recognize that. It doesn't apply for me, but I definitely see and understand it and recognize it in other people.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying is trying to see if someone will be a good fit for your daughter. That would be a good thing after, first couple weeks or months or even a year, but it's already been 3 years.
You're not gonna meet every girl or every guy your daughter tells you about. Like most times they're gonna tell you about.
What if you say, oh no, that's not a good fit? It's like, well, it's been fitting for 3 years. It's been 3 years of fitting. So
it would possibly give her a different perspective to look at, especially if her mother explains to her, well, he has these qualities, he's doing this, he's not driven. There's many things that you can take from meeting someone from the first time and see, and your daughter for X amount of years, you can be like, I don't see y'all working out.
Yeah, I understand. I'm happy for you. Congratulations on meeting the family. How did it go afterwards? How did all you and your girl think it went afterwards?
She was relieved. She was happy that I was able to do it. I don't know. I guess she was thinking I was scared to meet her dad or something, but I would have done it a lot sooner because, it's weird. It's weird doing stuff like that. But yeah, it went smooth.
I don't know why you had to call out the dad like that. Like he didn't do anything to you.
Shut your fucking mouth. You'll do nothing. You'll do fucking nothing.
I ain't call him out. I just had to state. Like I wonder what it's like for somebody like Conor McGregor to go up to his lady's dad and be like, I'm dating your daughter. Like, at what point does the dad have to say, you better not hurt my daughter? Because they all have to do it. But how can you do it convincingly?
Bro, you know how you do it? Gotta be guns. I'm a gun collector. I got swords. You gotta take to a different level. You gotta show you're able to go to the next level, man.
Man, everybody got guns now.
I mean, yeah, we're in Texas, but
fuck all that.
Man. I kind of wanted to have something of a similar vein I wanted to talk about, but I'll save it for next week.
You already halfway saying it.
No, I'm not doing it.
You 3/4 in. You just go ahead and say the rest.
No, let's talk about your thing from last week. What happened to Elon Musk? What's up with that?
Bro, stop changing the subject. Talk about it, dude.
No.
You like don't be like Rory, Maul, and Parks, but y'all never talk about y'all stories, bro. y'all never say y'all stories. One story.
Bro. We're 3 episodes in, you put one story. Relax.
Nah, bro.
Relax.
If you want to talk about Elon Musk, we can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's talk about Elon Musk. You brought it up last week. Let's go.
All right. So I was going down a rabbit hole of CTE, signs, just a lot of CTE studies. And when you listen to one of the smartest people on the planet Earth, Elon Musk, you would think
one of the smartest on the planet.
Well, I don't know, but he's definitely regarded as a smart person. That can't be debated. But I don't know about smarts on the planet. I don't know. That's kind of far fetched.
Literally what you said.
But I'm setting up the punchline, bro. Let me cook.
All right, my bad.
When you listen to him speak, I don't think it's apparent that he's as smart as we all know him to be. He sounds similar to someone that you would think have CTE. Very choppy, just not very fluent in his speech. So I had to question. I was saying, if Elon Musk is as smart as he is, but has difficulty articulating as well as someone that isn't as smart, is getting CTE or having CTE, the con of it is to speak like that. Like, I'm losing what I wanted to say because it's been a week. I pretty much was just relating how Nate Diaz talk, or how someone with known CTE, well, it's not known because they're not deceased, but you know that it's probably going to be the case.
CTE, yeah.
If Nate talks the way he talks and Elon talks the way he talks, I just found that interesting because the IQ difference is quite drastic, I would imagine.
Mm-hmm. I think that is still apparent even with choppy speech. Like, I think in some ways I have pretty choppy speech and a harder time getting my thoughts across through speech in some level. But I don't think that regarding the CTE, if there's already, I don't think Nate Diaz and Elon Musk are on the same level just because, their speech is choppy. I still regard Elon Musk as a more intelligent person.
Correct. I'm not denying that. I'm saying, because I golly, when you was talking, the point came back to me, and then as soon as you said that, the point lost me again. The point I'm trying to make is, or the question I'm trying to ask is it a direct, could speech pattern be, there it is, could speech pattern be a direct correlation of CTE if there's other people that don't have a potential to have it? Can it be that apparent that because your speech pattern is choppy and you fight for a living, that you have CTE, when you look at Elon Musk or someone else that don't fight for a living but still have that choppiness? How can that be a blatant sign? There it is. That's the question.
Because it deteriorated. It went down. You previously you didn't talk that way. Previously you didn't sound that choppy or however you choose to describe it. You weren't that hesitant with your words in that same way. But after multiple blows in the head, we can see a noticeable change happen. Versus with Elon Musk, he has always just been that way, probably because he just in a more tech field and deal less with actually, socially interacting and things of that nature. So it just is different. We can see a noticeable change, and that's what they're
even in guys like Nate.
Me?
Nate.
I know, but are you saying, do I see a difference with Nate?
Mm-hmm.
A bit, yeah. Even on the tough thing, he wasn't the most articulate person, but he wasn't like, I at least felt like I knew where the sentence was going. Or like someone like Tito Ortiz is like, bro, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? I beg your pardon.
Tito has always been out there though. I think Tito
he's always been out there, but he's definitely always been out there. But some of his sentences don't even make sense. So like, I can't give you an example off the top of my head, but
this thing is really interesting, man. Especially the fact that you don't hear many women that have that problem. Oh, I never experienced a woman that I've seen or that have been noted to have CTE and spoke in that kind of staggeredness speech pattern. And where are the women that suffer from CTE and it's pretty apparent? Where are these women at? Why are they not on camera, or why are they not talking about their stories? Yeah, they say women that play soccer, I'm
gonna mention that. I think that's the only round that we would actually be able to get a lot of data for CTE. But women in the United States, soccer isn't that big of a sport, so we're not able to actually see interactions over time and compare and say, all right, there's a change there. As far as MMA and fighting with women, I don't know I don't think women punch as hard. I don't know why I struggle to say this. I don't think women punch and kick and take that much damage because other women don't punch and kick and take them and give them much damage. So I don't think they receive as much damage because, one, their careers are a little bit shorter than male fighters. And we just have a smaller pool. We have a smaller data pool for the women right now. Maybe in a couple of years, we'll be able to see something different. But as of right now, we just have a smaller pool.
That's just MMA though. Because I know, I think women have been fighting MMA less than 10 years or so. I'm not sure the exact number, but it hasn't been that long.
Yeah, it was like 2009 when it really started to develop.
But there's a bigger pool in boxing, so there's still a pool nonetheless. Even though maybe not in MMA, but combat sports for women. Period.
Yeah, but I'm not the best on women's boxing. Boxing, even for men, it just less entertaining for me to watch. But I don't think women get as many fights as a lot of them. And
look up Layla Ali's fight career.
Yeah, I think she retired when she was like 31. Yeah, so she had 24 total fights. And
that's including amateur or no?
No, that's just pro. Yeah, just pro.
She didn't lose?
No, never. She had 21 knockouts.
She had 21 knockouts in 24 fights?
Yes, sir.
My God.
What?
Maybe she wasn't the best example.
Why? Why do you say that?
Because she dominated and was probably able to obtain a lot more money than the average female fighter, female boxer.
I mean, yeah.
Look up Clarissa's record. Someone that's really active.
Female fighters, their rounds are a lot less. I think they have 9 total rounds versus the men's 12. I don't want to sound ignorant on that, but I I know they have less rounds. Marissa is 10-0. He has 10 fights.
Bro, what? You would think, all right, go to her amateur. I know she had to have a lot of amateur fights, bro. She had to have.
He had 77 wins, so 78 total amateur fights.
Okay. That sounds more, but I don't know what those amateur rounds are. There's probably like 3 rounds.
Yeah, it's usually something like that.
Man, bro, they do that explains it. They just, but at the same time, what if what they're doing is still relative to what men are doing? Like, they're still taking shots to the head more than the average woman.
Yeah, they have 10 rounds, not 12 like the men.
I'm saying they're still taking damage relative to their body and relative to their, capacities.
Yeah, but it's not like men are going against other men. And so they're able to inflict and take that level of damage. And women are going against other women. Like, I don't want to. This argument makes it seem like I think women aren't sufficient enough to fight or anything. And I just think their skills in striking wise aren't the same in striking as far as actual damage that can be dished out.
What about people that's facing Amanda Nunes? People that say that hits like a man. Yeah,
but even that sentence right there, that it explains my point. She hits like a man. That means they're saying that there's a difference between the way she hits and the way other women hits.
Well, we know that. That's not debatable.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying that makes my point.
But I'm saying girls still get knocked out even with even in fights, girls get knocked out. So even with the female strength, it's still going against another female strength. You see what I mean? It's not like it's a woman trying to knock out a guy. It's a woman trying to knock out another woman. So it's still relative to their own capacities, their own body limits and whatnot.
Yes. I'm saying the men that are taking damage, they're taking damage from other men. So that their damage is I would say it's just more. They're taking more damage. You're saying that the women's damage is comparable because they're taking damage from other women, but I'm saying that the level, even though it's from other women, I'm saying that the actual level, the actual amount, if we have a scale, the men are taking more damage.
I see what you mean.
So I'm saying that's probably, as far as what I know about CTE, I would say that's why they're showing more signs of it.
Pretty interesting, man.
Yeah. It's
not enough research on it. Not enough research, really.
Oh yeah, it's still a relatively new thing. It's not enough research on it. I mean, I don't care either way. It could be the worst thing ever. It could be is CTE really not even that bad. I don't give a flip. I'm not having children, so I don't have to worry about like, how am I talk to my grandchildren or how am I.
It's bigger than that, bro. It's you hate having migraines. That's different. That's a different level. You just hate having migraines.
Yeah, I hate having migraines, but fighting, sparring, I've never had any kind of headache or concussion as far as I know of any kind.
That doesn't say that one is not to come.
Yeah, if one comes, then it comes. But I don't think that will deter me from fighting or sparring or training or anything. I don't see it.
Interesting, man. I would love to fight like the next man. Well, I don't even know if the next man would like to fight, but when that concussion set and you slurring words and everything is you're easily irritable and
I mean, it's like my life right now. I slur words and I I'm pretty irritable. So,
and you can't like certain lights. You can't even have the light on at certain times.
Yeah.
100%. Headaches all day. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool for now. That's cool, like every now and then. But 3 times a year you dealing with, and it's not even just, that was just like one sparring, like some weak sparring session. I'm talking about somebody trained and elite and steadily attacking me. It's not like, all right, I get the headache and then now my fight is over. It's like, no, I get the headache and I continuously fight. I still got to deal with that. I still got to go to the back after the fight and deal with that. I got to go through the next week dealing with that. Who is that? What's his name? Josh Emmett with what you call that? Vertigo? Yeah. Isn't it vertigo? When you real dizzy and your balance is off.
Really retain. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That dealing with that and orbital bones and whatnot. Granted, you want to be like Sugar Sean O'Malley. You want to get hit. That's ideally. But everyone has their own thing. I just thought that was unique. Not to try to give any future fighters out there any kind of swayness. Yeah, like I'm swaying them not to want to pursue that.
Yeah, I know. Well, you want to get into this past week's or next week's fights?
Last week's fight card started off very hot, I will say, but I will admit that I fell asleep on the main card. I mean, on the main event. I fell right asleep. I slept really well. I didn't watch the main event. So you can, if you have anything about this card you want to talk about, feel free.
Rob Darishvili, I want to talk about him a little bit. He's really good with getting takedowns, but his takedowns all come from the body lock, and he cannot do anything. He doesn't do enough with them for my taste, because he doesn't want to give up that control. So he'll get the body lock, bam, gets the body lock, take you down, but it's like no real threat as far as damage or passing, because to do that he would have to let go of his lock to advance up or to start striking. It's a little bit of what Zabit Magomedsharipov has, where he likes the body locks and can take people down, but it's difficult for him to do anything with it. So I just think that's interesting to watch out for and see his progression, to see if he changes that up and develops that a little bit more. Who else did I want to talk about? Not really anybody else. Charles Rosa, he does this like karate stance. He goes into a karate stance, and then from only southpaw. I never saw him do it orthodox, but karate stance. But it's so, he wanted to fight. He kept from southpaw. He kept throwing straight left hands, lead left hands. But it was not nice looking. It looks like someone trying to do a karate stance. It looks like someone just taught him that in the back.
It wasn't.
It didn't look polished. It wasn't quick. It wasn't fast. It is. I don't know how he's going to. I don't know. He definitely won that fight. I definitely thought he won that fight. I don't know how that's going to help him in the future. But that's all I got for this card.
Not even Andre Philly and Charles Jourdain.
I think Andre Philly won the fight. It was a cool fight. It went to a split decision. I didn't agree with anybody giving charge Air Jordan 2 rounds. I don't know how that could happen, but it is what it is.
Well, I mean, Andre Philly really, I mean, he'll get a takedown at the end of the round, but he pretty much, all he would do is a jab and a high kick. That's pretty much how he won the fight.
Yeah. And getting that takedown at the end won him the fight. At the end of the rounds, won him the fight.
Yep. I guess he popped some early because he didn't throw that right hand very much.
Yeah, they were saying that on the broadcast. He talked about that a little bit in the post fight interview.
He did.
Yeah. Charles, he said like his arm wasn't broken or anything, but he was just kind of hesitant to use it because his arm like kind of just pinned to his side or pinned to his face. Because Charles was just throwing that left high kick with a lot of heat on it, and he was like, "Oh, this is not good."
Gotcha.
Yeah, we can talk about this week's card. Got Curtis Blaydes versus Alexander Volkov. That's the main event, but that's not the fight. That's not even close to the fight I actually care about at all.
That co-main, nice.
It's a couple good fights on this one.
I didn't even know Dane Burgos and Josh Emmett was fighting. I didn't mean to bring that up.
Oh, I thought that's why you brought him up.
No, it was just who came to mind.
We can start there. Who you got in that one?
I like both, but I think Shane is more long and rangier, and he uses his kicks more. So I think Shane will pull that one out.
Yeah, I agree. Shane is the guy I like more. I just don't like Josh Emmett. I can't really give you a good reason why. I just never. Anytime this guy is fighting, whoever he's going against, I'm usually pulling for them.
Even when he went against who's that you don't like? Stevens.
Yes, even against Jeremy Stevens. I was like, Jeremy knocked this dude out, uppercut this dude. I mean, he ended up, hitting him and elbowing him on the ground. Now that caused the orbital break and the vertigo and everything you were talking about earlier came from those elbows from Jeremy Stevens. But yeah, I was like, get this dude out of here. I can't tell you why, man.
When you like his
I guess because probably just because Team Alpha Male and Cody Garbrandt and Uriah Faber. Probably just because of that.
So you still got beef with them because you're a Dom Cruz fan?
Hey, man. Hey. It is what it is, bro. You know who I'm riding with. Who I'm riding with.
They let it go. Cruz is finished.
Well. Yeah, so you said Shane is going to win that one. Yeah, I'm going to agree with that. Just because, fuck Josh Emmett up. I shouldn't say that because you're probably kind of close to weight. Anyway, so it's like,
Heck no. He fights.
No, we're not. He fights at 45 though, but it's like it could be an issue.
Him actually, he's big though. He's not. None of these guys are big, but
no, way bigger. Just saying, I would have to deal with if I ever ran into someone like that. It would be a problem. What else did I want to talk about this? Oh, Bilal Muhammad versus Lamin Good. I'm going with Bilal all day. Lamin Good, I think he won his last fight. Yeah, he won his last fight by knockout. But I'm going with Bilal Muhammad all day.
Why?
Because I like his style. I like just like how he fights. I like his style a lot. Just like him. He's always in a good fight. always giving his all. I don't really see him making too many mistakes, and so I just like that. Plus, he came down and trained with us a little bit. I mean, I didn't get to personally train with him, but he looked like he knew what he was doing.
Very well rounded, but he's not good at one particular thing.
Yeah, no. Usually I hate that, but I'm biased.
Yeah, like I feel like he's always gonna lose against the specialist.
Mm.
Or anybody that's better at him than that particular area, he's gonna lose. But
in what particular area?
In whatever area that someone's better than him in. Like,
but doesn't that go against the whole philosophy of being well-rounded? It's like,
well, not necessarily. You can be good at a lot of things, and you fight someone that's good at one thing that you're just better at him at. That doesn't mean that you're really good at. Doesn't mean that you're phenomenal in one area. It just means that, like Rory's really good at a lot of things, but he's not just dominant in one area. And against the specialist, he loses against them because he doesn't have something that he can actually go to.
I agree, but I'm saying for a while, because of GSP, like the whole philosophy was just get good at everything and you'll be able to win.
Nah, GSP was still a lot better than a lot of people at wrestling and how to mix in wrestling with everything else. He knew how to mix everything well.
Yeah. I agree 100%, but I'm saying that's what other people saw from that. I saw him as being a far superior wrestler, a lot better grappling than a lot of guys. That's what I saw. Probably the best jab in MMA at that time, or even probably in history, and be able to change that directly into a takedown. That's what I saw. But a lot of people just were like, oh, he's well-rounded, so that's why he won.
Mm-hmm.
And it is what it is. You want to talk about Jim Miller versus Roosevelt Roberts, your boy?
He's already fighting again?
Again. Came right back.
I like it. He's smashing on Jim Miller. That's easy work. That's easy work, bro.
Oh, man.
I'm surprised Jim Miller is even still fighting. Like,
I think he won his last fight.
He may have.
I think he won his last fight, dog. No, he lost his last fight by decision, but he won 2 in a row before that. Come on, man.
That's Clay Guida. Really? Nobody care about Clay Guida. He fight on this card too.
Yeah. It was Bobby Green.
He gonna lose. Bobby Green gonna smash on him. Unless Clay makes it dirty, which he has a tendency to do. But if Bobby can defend the takedowns, he'll piece him up.
What else? I want to see Tisha Torres get smashed on by Brianna Van Buren. I want to see that all. No, I don't like the way that sounds. I want to see her lose against Brianna.
Pull up her Brianna. Let me see if she looks familiar.
If you want to see her, but yeah, Brianna's a beast, man. She's it's her second fight in the UFC.
Oh yeah, I don't know nothing about her there.
Yeah, but I think she's gonna beat Tisha Torres.
She has good groundwork.
Yeah, just pretty standard wrestling. Nothing too crazy as far as grappling as a whole. But I think it's gonna be enough to beat Tisha Torres. Talking about girls, I really want to see Courtney Casey versus Julian Robertson fight. That fight is. Talk about groundwork. That's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to the ground. Courtney Casey has a nice guard.
Mm-hmm.
Jillian is good. She's one of the better grapplers, like as a whole. Her initial wrestling isn't the best. Like if you can stop that initial takedown, but I think she'll be able to get the takedown, and then from there it's going to be, can she pass that guard? If she could pass the guard, I think it's going to be a nasty finish. A quick finish.
It's a quick turnaround for Courtney, right?
Yeah,
Did she just fight?
She fought. I want to say a couple months ago in May. Yeah, she fought in May, so last month, exactly 1 month ago.
Mm-hmm.
won by armbar in the first round.
Right.
And Roxanne is fighting on this card too. So I'm going for her, of course.
But she's on the prelims?
Huh?
Oh, Roxanne, okay, I see her.
Yeah.
Austin Hubbard. Is that Paige? That's not Paige, dude, right? He's with Bellator.
No. That's Austin Vanderford. He's in Bellator.
Yeah.
Anything else before we sign this mug off?
That's about it, man. This is
all right.
No closing to sentence.
You're the closer and the opener, dog. Come on, man.
All right. That's it, man. Y'all have a good week, dudes.
Okay.